This is it, Darian. Grab your popcorn. Are you ready?
Grab my popcorn. I'm grabbing my drinks. I love the Euros. This is one of the most exciting tournaments, and especially now I love it because we got to cover Champions League so closely. We have so many of those players that now play in the NWSL that we get to see with their national teams at the highest level. So this is a great tournament, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think we may have some spoiler teams.
Ooh,
I do.
Teaser.
I do.
I like it. I'm excited because the prize money has doubled. The eventual champions will earn up to 5.1 million euros. So these players are not only playing all summer representing their country, but they're going to get their bag at the end once they win.
Deserved.
As they
Throw some our way.
Deserve it. All right, so she teased it. Some spoilers, some favorites. Let's take you through the groups because there's 4 groups heading into the Euros. Group A features Finland, Iceland, Norway, 2-time European champions, but they haven't won it in over 3 decades, and then the host nation, Switzerland. Group B, Belgium, Spain, the reigning world champions, Italy, and Portugal. Group C, Denmark, Germany, who are 8-time European champions, most recently in 2013. Poland making their tournament debut, and Sweden. And then Group D, D for death, perhaps, the reigning champions, England, France, Netherlands, who are 2017 Euros champions, and Wales. So with the 2 former champions in this group, plus France, who went 6-0 in the Nations League group stage, that is the group of death, right? Like we can pretty much put that out there. So now we got to ask the heavy-hitting questions. Who won't advance from Group D?
It hurts my heart to say this, but I am going to say Wales. It's their first time, their first appearance in this. I think it's a really big opportunity, but these are teams that are very, very decorated in this setting. And it's a difficult competition to go up against. Do I think they're going to put up a really physical, good fight? Yes, we want to see that. We want to see these other nations elevating their teams, competing at this level, shake up our favorites. I actually hope that we get spoilers like that. Wales might come out and completely demolish everything I'm saying. But to me, they're the team where I'm thinking, just looking at paper, have the least advantage going into this group.
Okay, so that was the cop-out answer because it's Wales, but there's 2 teams that advance out of the group and 2 teams that won't. So if you're looking at England, France, and Netherlands, Darian, you're our expert here. Who else doesn't make it out of the group?
I am actually going with Netherlands. It's been 8 years since they won this. 8 years. I still have faith. Every year I talk about France.
No, I'm surprised you didn't say France.
You know what? I know every year I talk about France, and I still have faith, even though they kind of disappoint me, because it's always just never enough. They just miss the mark, and it's a matter of scoring goals because they have one of the most talented teams, to me, in this tournament. So I'm going to say France and England are going to go through, and I'll say Netherlands and Wales are going to be out. Do you disagree?
I'm looking at France because this year they are
unpredictable.
They are so unpredictable. No Eugenie Le Sommer, no Wendy Bernard. They have no Kenza Dali. A lot of snubs, a lot of change and turnover with the new manager coming into the France women's national team. And if you don't have buy-in from players when you're losing 2 of your veterans and leaders that have really done so much groundwork in the locker room, on the pitch for your team, I'm looking at Le Sommer and Renard, I think there's going to be a drop-off. And there's a lot of teams in this Euros that are going through a transition moment right now. I'm looking at Germany as well. Yeah. A lot of players retiring. But with France, they have been perennial quarterfinalists, semifinalists. They are always the bridesmaid, never the bride. I don't know if this is the year that they can get over the hump.
They still have really decorated players. Marjoli, Cascarino, Karchawi. They have a really, really talented team. And I think that brings them along more than it should where they should demolish teams. Looking at just the names on the roster, that should come together much more easily than it does. I still think that they'll make it out of the group. As far as how far they'll go in the tournament, I don't have the most faith in Les Bleus, even though I really want it, just because I love the players, I love the style of play. And yes, the buy-in part is difficult, especially when you're missing players, and we hear a lot of whispers of players saying, we'll comment after the tournament, I don't want to affect my team. I think that actually gives those players motivation. When you're there on the pitch to say, you know what, we're going to bring you into the next phase of this. So it's going to be interesting to see how that energy is transmitted into the game. But you're right. France is the big question mark, but I have more faith than I don't in Les Bleus.
Okay, well, France fans
You're
are
also
gonna be
wearing a
happy for
blue
that
shirt.
one.
You're rocking with the blues. I knew
I'm
it.
trying to. Okay, so if you don't have France going forward, when you look at these 16 teams, everyone that's going to be competing in it, who are your favorites? What team are you watching?
The Lionesses. Yeah. The reigning champions. Insert the photo of Chloe Kelly ripping her shirt off, doing the Brandy Chastain celebration after sealing the deal against Spain in the 2-1 win in last time's final. They're a team that I think we see them have their ups and downs, but they're always semifinals. They're always into the finals. They're a team that competes. And especially looking at this roster, they have a bunch of players from Arsenal that just won a Champions League. They just won the highest thing you can win with your club team. That is going to bring so much confidence to this English squad, and I think that they have the depth to overcome a lot. We've seen them go down against teams and come back and win. And I think when you have a target at your back, they're a team that also elevates their level. So I'm not worried about them. Is it going to be the prettiest? I don't think so. I don't think England always has the prettiest games, but I do think they have more grit, and their mental aspect of their game is stronger than any team.
You're not worried at all, even about the goalkeeping situation, because Mary Earps, the #1 heading into this summer, announced that she's no longer going to play internationally. So Hannah Hampton now is the #1 goalkeeper. She only has 15 caps. The #2 and the #3 with Kiara Keating and Anna Morehouse, 0 caps. Serena Vigman's backup keepers have never played an international friendly, let alone a European championship.
We talk about U.S. women's national team all the time in the goalkeeping position. I think England is actually in a better position. Hannah Hampton has proved to be a stellar goalkeeper. I think, especially with Mary Earps retiring, she has stepped into that role and absolutely made it hers. Her feet building out of the back, her shot stopping is incredible. Her confidence looks even better than it has been. So to me, I'm not worried about the goalkeeping position. I do want Anna Morehouse to get a cap. Come on, girl. I need to see you on the pitch. But I think that that's probably the least position that I'm that worried about. Yes, Mary Earps brought a lot, but you have to make those transitions at some point, and Hannah Hampton has gone in flawlessly.
How cool if Anna Morehouse gets her first cap in the
I
Euros
would lose
in
my
Switzerland.
mind.
I know you
I will
would.
be repping her jersey when every game they play.
Okay, Dee, I'm watching Spain because this is the reigning world champions, and they've gone through so much change and turnover over the last couple of years since winning the 2023 Women's World Cup. And in the UEFA Women's Nations League, they topped their group, but we did see that they have some pressure points that can be pushed. They're susceptible defensively because they consistently gave up chances and didn't keep a single clean sheet in the group stage. But the top talent that Spain has with Aitana Bonmati, Alexia Putellas, those two have won the last 4 Ballon d'Ors, plus Salma Parayuelo, and then the young superstar Claudia Pina, who has stepped in to fill a variety of roles. She can start for Spain, or she can come off the bench and be a game changer. We saw her do that coming into the second half against England, down a goal, score a brace, and help Spain to beat the Lionesses to get out of the group in the UEFA Nations League. They have yet to win a Euros. So Spain is desperate for this. I would be terrified to play them. And they're in the group of death. And the collective that the players at Spain, a lot of them also play for Barcelona. They have the continuity going from their club play into this Euros. I am very excited to watch how Spain competes.
Any team is always going to be scared to play Spain, let alone when they have this almost curse of not winning this tournament and they want to come prove it. They're coming off of beating England in Nations League. I know, the beautiful brace by Claudia Pina, but Spain has always shown their weaknesses. They're over-possessive on the ball at times, and when they're playing against really big teams that can counter and hurt you, and they lock in defensively and actually have very good games defensively, they show that they can't get it together. And I actually think you see their body language break down. That's why Spain aren't my favorites, but I'm going to say we'll probably see them in the final. This is probably a team that we will see make it very far.
They tend to go far and do very well. Well, across this Euros, there are a number of NWSL players that you can watch from your favorite teams. Here's a look at just some of them for Spain. It has got them forward Esther Gonzalez. There's Anna Morehouse, D, from Orlando Pride in goal for England. Who are you watching in NWSL play with the Euros?
I'm looking at Ann Katzenberger. I mean, reigning German goalkeeper of the year. This is a leader that we see make save of the week, team of the month, team of the first half of the season, in my opinion, at NWSL. But I love watching her play because I think Germany, you're right, has had a lot of instability. They have a lot of turnover. This is a new era for the German squad. She has been such a staple. So to see what she's going to do, the balls she's going to play, the assists that she's going to get in this tournament is going to be really fun. But who are you looking out for?
I'm looking at Jess Carter. With Millie Bright stepping away, the English defender, Jess Carter is going to have to step up in that center back role for the Lionesses and be a big organizer and leader from the back line. And special shout out to Anna Maria Crnogorcevic of the host nation, Switzerland. She plays for Seattle, and she now gets to play in the Euros representing the host country and her country. I mean, to me, that gives me chills just thinking about it.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
It is really, really cool.